Yesterday was one of the first days in a long time that I didn't post a video on Kitchen Table TCG. And I would say sorry for that, but everybody would tell me, it's okay, Louie. They would send me messages saying, never apologize. It's okay, life comes first. I have some flooding happening in my basement, so we're trying to work all that out. Anyway, neither here nor there. That's just an explanation of why I don't have a video yesterday. Today we are back at it though. I'm trying to hype myself up and remember that it's Monarch season and everything's going to be great, and I have a lot to be excited about. There's just life stuff going on too. So I'm sorry if the last couple week or so I've been a little bit down. It's not because of Flesh and Blood, it's because of real life. Anyway, we're here, we're there, we're having fun. Today we're going to do a little bit of a video in preparation for kind of the world getting back to a little bit closer to normal. I wanted to have a discussion of what is going to happen with our communities next. And over the past couple weeks, actually, going through all this stuff, one of the things I've noticed is that I've been chatting with, Mitch and George, and I've just been having a good time having conversations with them, and they've been giving me wisdom on how to handle all this stuff, and I realized that, even, my close friendships have turned into, these relationships that I have with Flesh and Blood people. In my Discord server, Andrew and some of the guys that are really active in the Discord server, I've just been chatting with them about, real life stuff. And what I realized is, this community is not just built around card games, but it's actually built around relationships too. So I had this thought of, as we get back towards normal play in real life, what will happen to the online communities that we see forming around Flesh and Blood? Like my Discord server at Kitchen Table TCG's Discord server, which is, all the patrons. We have a Discord server. It's a great place to hang out. We do an armor event. I'm going to be live streaming my armor event tonight at 8:30 p.m. And it's what's going to happen once the world is back to normal? And here's my thought. I think that the relationships that we formed are actually deeper than what we think they are. And it's less about the game and more about the connection with other people. And I know, Flesh and Blood's whole thing is, getting together to play in the Flesh and Blood. But what we saw over the pandemic is that can look differently than maybe originally was intended. And so what I think is going to happen, and this is the video here, this is what I wanted to talk about. I think what we're going to see happen is local play is going to increase. But I think online play is going to remain consistent. That's kind of my tagline here. Local play over the next couple years, months, whatever, is going to increase. But I think online play will remain consistent. And what I mean by that is I think that people who have built a habit or a routine, I know people who have played in 15 skirmish events. They've just their Saturday is playing in 2 skirmish events and hopping in and playing. And I think that will continue because it's a rhythm and a habit that has been formed. Our Thursday night, we had a Thursday night Discord Armor Night crew, and it's similar people. It's going into your LGS and playing against the people that play there. It's we have a meta. We have a whole crew of people who play regularly. And there's, so my point here is I think that the habits have been built, and so we will continue to see that as long as, the organizers of events continue to see the benefit for their organizations, and that benefit's huge. For a local game store to also have an online outreach, or maybe they don't do skirmish events anymore, right? Maybe they say, okay, maybe Flesh and Blood says, no, we're not going to do that. But I think what could happen is that these online LGSs, these LGSs that have a local scene, but then also have turned into doing things online, much like Kitchen Table TCG's Discord server, they will see the benefit of having multiple avenues of doing things. So they might not get prize support. They might not be able to continue to do armory events online, right? Because they need to use their armory event for their local scene, but they might be able to say, oh man, it's worth it to invest it, in prize support like booster boxes, or prize support maybe they pick up some cold foils and they use those and they invest in their own supported events, and they call them something different. They create regular events for people like you and I who have been playing online. And I think that is incredible. I think that is such an incredible opportunity for all of us to remain connected. And this game is global, and that's what I love about it. We've got people who play in our Thursday night crew. I know I keep talking about that. I'm not trying to promote that. I'm just trying to share what the community has been like for me. who live in Sweden and they play at 2 a.m. or I can't remember. They're in Europe and they're playing at 2 a.m. in our event here in the United States, and the prize support is sent to them, and it's awesome and it's so much fun. And it's so cool to like know people and interact with that thing. And then you get different perspectives on the game, and you get the different local scenes that come into the online scene, and the metas are all funny and different, and it's just a lot of fun. So I really believe that what's going to happen is that as COVID kind of dies down, as people are getting the vaccines and shops are allowed to open up again more regularly, we will see a huge boom and a huge skyrocket in numbers of people. And then I think what's going to happen is that those people who have been playing online are going to continue to hone their skills and play online as a result of the kind of consistency that they've already built into their schedule, as well as the relationships that they've already formed. I mean, there's people who hang out, they have like a hangout on like a Thursday night, I think, a Friday night, I can't remember what night it is, where they just hang out at a table in our Discord server and they talk for like 2 hours. Like that's like a regular thing for them. And so I don't think that that's going anywhere. Now, the problem is, I don't know that I anticipate that will increase and keep rising in popularity. Like I don't anticipate that the kind of online structures will grow at a rapid rate at which they have grown over the last couple months. But I do think that the consistency in the relationships, just based on my own experience, in the last couple of weeks of like going through some life stuff and having some people to talk to that are in the Discord servers, and like not just talking about Flesh and Blood, about the promos, but also like chatting about the house stuff, chatting about, Mitch and I would talk about our kids all the time, and it's just fun. You know what I mean? It's just like a different relationship. I don't see those relationships going anywhere. So that's my prediction. The last thing, if you're still here, what I would like to predict, I do think is that stores, we will start to see like online more competitive tournaments. Now, I'm not sure how you can do prize support with that, but like I could see like some online types of like invitationals where you could invite like all the top 100 or top 64 of the top listed players in the country, and do an online thing where you don't have to get in person in order to play. There's no travel, there's none of that. And it gets kind of hairy there with like cheating and not cheating and whatever, and shuffling the decks and whatever. And there's definitely a concern. But there's ways to do the prize support differently, that you could still say somebody was the winner and they didn't win $10,000, but instead the prizes were spread out amongst everybody. And because you don't have to travel, you don't need to win $10,000. You don't need to make it a full-time job to play in these kind of high stakes events. The prize support could be kind of spread out amongst everyone, so there's not that incentive to cheat. I guess the incentive to cheat is still like being number one. But I do think that there's some things that can be done in order to help mitigate any of the cheating. You could record all the things, you could have, that's a possibility. So if somebody does cheat, they get caught. There's a lot of ways to make this even more competitive. And technology is only getting better. Technology doesn't get worse. And 2020 really helped technology get better. And I think in the next year or so, we could see some technologies that are put into place on Discord or on different structures. I know there's some Magic the Gathering online play things. Maybe we get one for Flesh and Blood that's like an actual created software for playing webcam games. I know Tabletop Simulator exists. That's not my thing. But, I think we could see some stuff that really help the game grow, even at a competitive level, where you have kind of those top tier competitors playing against each other for some cool prizes and stuff like that. Anyway, that's my thought. I was just really thinking about the community, and I know tomorrow, we're doing the Monarch stream. We're going to do a lot of Monarch conversations, but wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about my thoughts about community. And anyway, hope you have a great day. Hey, remember to be kind to the people around you.